Good morning, students. Today in the series NCERT solutions, we discuss limits and derivative, last exercise, miscellaneous exercise. Okay, so I hope you completed exercise 13.1 and 13.2. In case of any doubts in those two exercises, you can again ask me the individual questions. So today we'll do the miscellaneous exercise. So in miscellaneous exercise, first one question is find the derivative of the following functions from first principle method. So as we have done so many questions of first principle in previous exercise, so the formula for first principle derivative f dash x is equal to f of x plus h minus fx divided by h. In this fx is given equal to minus x. So f of x plus h, if we will calculate, it will be minus of x plus h. So replace the value of f of x plus h and fx. So it is minus of x plus h minus x divided by h. Minus x will be cancelled out by this x, so it is only minus 1. So otherwise also you know that derivative of x is 1, so minus x will be minus 1. Second question is it is minus x raised to power minus 1. So minus x raised to power minus 1 is practically nothing but it is 1 upon minus x and can be written as minus 1 upon x. If we want to calculate fx plus h from this, you replace x by h, x by x plus h, so it would become minus 1 upon x plus h. So f dash x is equal to limit h tends to 0, fx plus h minus fx divided by h. In this we will replace the value of fx plus h as minus 1 upon x plus h and fx as minus 1 upon x. So we'll get this thing. Take x and x plus h LCM. So on taking LCM, this it will become minus x plus h upon x into x plus h. Open the bracket, you will get this minus x cancelled out with the another x plus x. So it is h upon x into x plus h. One h is there outside the bracket. So this h will cancel out this h. You are left with limit h tends to 0, 1 upon x into x plus h. Put h equal to 0. This h as 0, you will get 1 upon x square as the answer. Next one is limit fx is sine of x plus 1. If you want to get fx plus h, that will be required. So fx plus h will be sine x plus h plus 1. Replace in this x by x plus h. So it will be sine x plus h plus 1. So f dash x is fx plus h minus fx divided by h. So put the value of fx plus h as sine x plus h minus 1 and fx as sine x plus 1. Apply the formula of sine c minus sine d, that is 2 cos c plus d by 2 into sine c minus d by 2. So it is 2 cos c plus d divided by 2 sine c minus d divided by 2. On calculating, it is actually 2x plus h plus 2, 2x plus h plus 2, and in this x and 1 are cancelled out, it is sine h by 2. Now we know that limit theta tends to 0, sine theta upon theta is 1. Limit theta tends to 0, this is the property. So to apply this property, it is given over sine h by 2. In denominator, it is h is there and numerator 2 is there. So this 2 by h can be taken as h by 2 in the denominator of this. Okay, so 2 by h can be taken as h by 2. Now the limit h tends to 0, sine h by 2 upon h by 2, it would become 1 using this property. Because as h tends to 0, so h by 2 is also tends to 0. So this is 1. Now in this you put h equal to 0. It will be cos 2x plus 2 divided by 2. That is cos x plus 1. Question number 4. fx is given cos of x minus pi by 8. To get fx plus h, in this you replace this x by x plus h. So it will be cos x plus h minus pi by 8. In the first principle, f dash x is limit h tends to 0, fx plus h minus fx divided by h. In this you put the value of fx plus h and fx. Both the values we have replaced. Now this is cos c minus cos d. Formula for cos c minus cos d is minus 2 sine c plus d by 2 sine c minus t by 2. So it is minus 2 sine this plus this divided by 2 sine this minus this divided by 2. On calculating this, you will get it is pi by 8 is 2x plus h minus pi by 4. Minus pi by 8 minus pi by 8 will become minus pi by 4. You add both those, you will get it is equal to pi by 4. In this, x and pi by 8 are cancelled out, it is sin h by 2. So again we will do the same thing which we did in the previous question. My 2 by h is there, leave the negative sign as it is. So 2 by h we can take in the denominator of this sin h by 2. Now apply limit separately on this and on this. So the limit h by 2 tends to 0 sin h by 2 upon h by 2. We know that limit x tends to 0 sin x upon x is 1. Using that property, this is 1. And in this you put h is equal to 0. So on replacing h by 0, you will get it is minus sin 2 into 0, 2 plus 0 minus pi by 4 by 2. And this is 1. In this way, we will have value of this differentiation is minus sin x minus pi by 8. Come to the question number 2. Find the derivative of the following functions. It is to be understood that a, b, c, d, p, q, r and s are non-zero constant and m, n are integers. X plus a, you have to differentiate x plus a. So quite simple. In this case, fx plus h will be x plus h plus a. So in first principle, f dash x is actually limit h tends to 0, fx plus h minus fx divided by h. Replace fx plus h by x plus h plus a, fx by x plus a. So as negative sign is there, it will be minus x minus a. So x and a are cancelled out with this x and a. You are left with h upon h, and that would be 1 only. The next question, you have to find the derivative of all these. It is px plus q into r upon x plus s. So friends, we will apply the product rule. So what is product rule? In product rule, a product of two functions is given. So we'll keep first function as it is. We'll differentiate second function. Then we'll take second function as it is. We'll differentiate first function. Suppose you have to take the derivative of u into v. So u as it is, derivative of b. Now v as it is and derivative of u. That's simple. So in this question, it is px plus q into r upon x plus s. It is the product of two functions. This is the first and this is the second. So the first function as it is, dash means we are taking derivative of this. If you put dash, then also it is differentiation. Now the r upon x plus s as it is and derivative of px plus q. Clear? So this px plus q as it is, to take derivative r upon x plus s, we can write 1 upon x as x raised to power minus 1. This 1 upon x as x raised to power minus 1 I have taken it as. And in this it is px plus q. We will differentiate px plus q. How will you differentiate px plus q? P as it is, derivative of x, because constant quantity we can take outside, and derivative of q, that is a constant, it would be 0. So derivative of this x will be 1. We know that differentiation of x is 1, that I have already mentioned many times, you learn it. So its differentiation will be p only. Now r into x raised to power minus 1 we have to differentiate in this. So r is as it is, differentiation of x raised to power minus 1, if you will do, it will be minus 1 into x raised to power minus 2 using the formula of x raised to power n. So it will become minus x raised to power minus 2. So I have taken it as minus x raised to power minus 2, derivative of x raised to power minus 1. Derivative of this s is 0 because it is a constant quantity. In this way, now we are able to differentiate it. Remaining part is simple calculation, multiply and all this that you can do yourself. Just you put this as minus r upon x square, open this bracket by multiplying both, open this bracket by multiplying both. and in that way you will get the answer. Question number 4, fx is equal to ax plus b into cx plus d whole square. Again students, you have to apply the product rule in this, as it is the product of two functions. One is ax plus b, second is cx plus d whole square. So the first function as it is, that is ax plus b, differentiation of second function, that is cx plus d whole square. Now second function as it is, and differentiation of first function. Now ax plus b as it is, to differentiate cx plus d whole square, you can write it as c square x square plus d square plus 2x cxd. Similarly, cx plus d whole square as it is, derivative of ax plus b. Now we will differentiate this c square x square. So all these three terms we have to differentiate. In this we have to differentiate ax plus and then to b. So the c square x square means c square as it is, you know, we take constant outside, and derivative of x square will be 2x. In this 2cd outside, 2cd whole term is constant and derivative of x will be 1, so you will get it as 2cd only. D square is a constant, so its derivative is 0. Similarly, cx plus d whole square as it is, d over dx of ax. A is constant, keep it as it is, and derivative of x is 1, so it will be a only. And derivative of b is 0. So differentiation of this complete term is a only. Now just open it and you will get the answer. Question number 5. You have to apply the quotient rule. It is ax plus b upon cx plus d. So you all know very well what is quotient rule. Your denominator as it is, differentiation of numerator, that is ax plus b, now minus numerator as it is, differentiation of denominator divided by denominator whole square. That is the formula to differentiate a quotient ratio. Now derivative of ax plus b, I have just explained in previous question also. You will differentiate ax and b, differentiation of ax, a as it is, differentiation of x is 1, so it will be a only, and differentiation of b is 0. So I have taken it as a. Similarly, differentiation of cx plus d, similarly it will be c only, because derivative of cx, c as it is, differentiation of x is 1 and derivative of d is 0, so it is c only. Now you just simplify it and you will get the answer. Differentiation part is over. Question number 6. Find the derivative of this 1 plus 1 upon x, 1 minus 1 upon x. So again it will be a quotient rule. You take x as LCM in numerator, x as LCM in denominator. So numerator will be x plus 1 by x, denominator is x minus 1 by x. So LCM of numerator is cancelled out with LCM of denominator. It is only x plus 1 upon x minus 1. Again you will apply the quotient rule. So denominator x minus 1 as it is, differentiation of numerator, that is x plus 1 minus sign, numerator as it is, and differentiation of denominator x minus 1 divided by denominator square. Now differentiation of this x plus 1 will be, first you will take derivative of x, that we know it is 1, and then derivative of 1 is 0, so it will be 1 only. Similarly, differentiation of x minus 1 is also 1 only, because derivative of x is 1 and derivative of 1 is 0. Now you just simplify numerator, x minus 1 minus x minus 1, it would be only minus 2, so your answer will be minus 2 upon x minus 1 whole square. Question number 7. It is 1 upon ax square plus bx plus c. Again we will apply the quotient rule. The denominator ax square plus bx plus c as it is, derivative of numerator, that is 1. Now numerator 1 is as it is, that I am not mentioned over here because it is 1 only. So differentiation of ax square plus bx plus c divided by ax square plus bx plus c whole square. Over here differentiation of 1, we know it is equal to 0, and ax square plus bx plus c. First ax square, derivative of ax square. So a we will keep outside and we will differentiate x square, that will be 2x. So it will be a into 2x. Differentiation of bx, b will keep outside, and differentiation of x. So differentiation of x is 1, so it will be b only, and then differentiation of c is 0. So derivative of ax square plus bx plus c is 2ax plus b divided by ax square plus bx plus c whole square. Now you just simplify it and you will get the answer. Question number 8. Ax plus b upon px square plus qx plus r. So again we'll use the quotient rule. denominator as it is derivative of numerator, now minus numerator as it is derivative of denominator, divided by denominator whole square. Over here you have to differentiate ax plus b. So in previous 2-3 questions we are doing the same thing. So ax plus b means derivative of ax plus d over dx of b. So d over dx of ax will be a only and d over dx of b is 0. So it is a only. Now differentiation of px square plus qx plus r. So p as it is differentiation of x square. D over dx of x square will be 2x. So it is 2px. Q as it is d over dx of x, that is 1. So it is q only. And d over dx of r is 0. So it is 2px plus q. Further you can solve it. Question number 9 is just opposite to it. So as you did question number 8, it is similar to question number 9. Only difference is numerator and denominator are interchanged. So there will be no difference in the differentiation. So only difference is now denominator as it is differentiation of numerator minus numerator as it is differentiation of denominator. Over here you will put the differentiation of this that we did in the previous question, that is 2px plus q, and derivative of ax plus b is a only. A only. You just put the values and divided by denominator square. Now you just simplify the numerator by multiplying these two terms and these two terms, and whatever is left is your answer. Simplification is up to you. Question number 10. It is fx is given equal to a upon x4 minus b upon x square plus cos x. So you have to differentiate this. So we will differentiate a upon x4 minus b upon x square and differentiation of cos x. In this a upon x4 we can take a outside and it is x raised to power minus 4 dx. D over dx of x raised to power minus 4. We can take this x4 in numerator, it will become x raised to power minus 4. Similarly b as it is d over dx of x raised to power minus 2, and this the d over dx of cos x. X raised to power minus 4 using this formula, it will be minus 4 into x raised to power minus 5 n into x raised to power n minus 1. This will be minus 2 into x raised to power minus 3, and derivative of cos x we know it is minus sin x. Now we can write it is minus 4 upon x5. We can write this as minus 2 upon x cube. So we'll get the answer. Question number 11. You have to differentiate 4 root x minus 2. So it is d over dx of 4 root x minus d over dx of 2. So 4 you can take out. Root x is nothing. It is x raised to power half. And derivative of 2 we know it is constant. So it will be 0. So it will be x raised to power half. It is using x raised to power n formula. It will be half into x raised to power half minus 1. So that is x raised to power minus half. That can be written as 1 upon root x. X raised to power minus half can be written as 1 upon root x. Come to the question number 12. Ax plus b raised to power n. Ax plus b raised to power n, you have to differentiate using the first principle. Okay, by first principle we will differentiate this. So fx plus h will be, in this you replace x by x plus h. So fx plus h will be a into x plus h bracket plus b whole n. In this you put fx plus h is equal to ax plus ah plus b whole n minus fx is ax plus b whole n divided by h. So actually in this question the binomial theorem is used. Binomial theorem is used. Okay, so binomial theorem, this question I will explain later on, because binomial theorem is not in your syllabus for this year. And in questions it is not asked to calculate this using the first derivative. We'll do it using the chain rule only. In book it is not mentioned. So how to solve it by chain rule, and learning chain rule is very, very important. Few questions are there in your book using the chain rule. So it is ax plus b raised to power n. How to differentiate this? In chain rule actually we'll take it as first x raised to power n. We'll take it at, or you can first learn direct formula. I am mentioning it. Whenever it is given ax plus b raised to power n, Its derivative a into ax plus b raised to power n minus 1. You learn this formula, first note it down. If suppose it is given 2x plus 5 raised to power 7. So its formula will be n is also there, okay, n is also there. Its formula will be this 2 coefficient of x into, then you differentiate this as x raised to power n, 7 into 2x plus 5 raised to power 7 minus 1. That is the formula. You see, again I will mention it. You need not to do these questions using the first principle as I have done in this PDF, because in NCERT the only differentiation is asked, not using the first principle. So you can do it like this, as I have just mentioned. You can consider this as a formula, ax plus b raised to power n. It is actually called chain rule. In chain rule, what to do? First, whenever power is given, we will differentiate it as x raised to power n only. So I consider it as x raised to power n. Forget about this ax plus b. So what will be the derivative of this? It will be n into whatever is given raised to power n minus 1. But in place of x in this question, this whole thing is given. While applying formula, I am considering this whole as x. Then only I can apply formula n into this thing raised to power n minus 1. So I am considering this whole thing as x. Now you have to differentiate following it. You have to also differentiate this ax plus b, that is the chain rule. Because while applying formula, first I have differentiated it as x raised to power n, but in this x is not x, it is ax plus b. So I have to also differentiate ax plus b. We know the differentiation of ax plus b in previous many questions we have done. You have to differentiate ax, so a as it is, differentiation of x is 1 and differentiation of b is 0. So differentiation of this will be a only. So overall you will get a into n, ax plus b raised to power n minus 1. That is your answer, and you can also learn this as a formula. So the derivative of ax plus b raised to power n will be n into ax plus b raised to power n minus 1 as it is, into differentiation of ax plus b. Now differentiation of ax plus b will be a. So it is an into ax plus b raised to power n minus 1 is derivative of this. So remaining questions, friends, we will discuss in the next class. So till question number 12 is over. So I will take one more class to complete this whole chapter. Thank you.